times were difficult times for everybody. So it helped all of us learn and get new practices to work with our children, teachers, principals, and schools. Really looking forward to this space, really looking forward to the team that has worked very hard to put this together. And we've got two amazing educators who are really innovating in their work in technology. Really looking forward to learning from all of you today. Kamakshi, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing SharEd for educators thing. Now I would like to invite Afia to introduce our first panelist.
Kamakshi, you're not audible.
She actually
now? Yeah. So thank you, Jasmine, for sharing all the about SharEd things. Now I would like to invite Afia to introduce our first panelist, Vinodini ma'am. So over to Afia.
Thank you, Kamakshi. A warm welcome to all of you. I am Afia Hamid, research scholar from Department of Education, University of Kashmir. It's an
I'm
honor
sorry,
for me.
Afia.
Yeah.
Your voice is a little soft. If it can be a little louder, and if you can put the camera on.
Okay, I hope it's now audible.
Yeah, you are.
So it's an honor for me that I got the opportunity to be part of such an enlightened virtual gathering. Moreover, it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce one of the panelists, praiseworthy Ma'am Vinodini Gupta, for today's session. I am also very grateful to Netra that she introduced us to such a remarkable personality who is so skillful. Ma'am Vinodini Gupta is an excellent Google certified trainer. She is a postgraduate in education from Pune University. She also has attained advanced computing skills from the same university. She is one of those great educators who could smoothly transit from offline to online mode of teaching as demanded by then prevailing pandemic times. Besides this, she has also transformed the teaching abilities of more than 1,000 educators and trained them to become technically sound and skillful along with a digital touch. Through her interactions with the students from middle, senior, and higher secondary levels for more than a decade now, she has trained them with logic building and coding abilities. Her journey as an educator dates back to 2012 when she got an opportunity to attend a Google workshop where she learned about cloud sharing. Although she started as a programmer, but today I would describe her as an established educator. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. Over to Netra.
Thank you, Afia. Thanks for that wonderful introduction to everyone here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Afia. Good evening to you all. I feel very happy and privileged to introduce our second panelist, a versatile and an amazing person, Dr. Saeed Nurul Amin sir. And I'm very much grateful to Afia for introducing us with sir. He has done his MPhil and MHD from Kashmir University, and also he has done his postdoc in education from ICSSR, New Delhi. His area of specialization is information and communication technology in education. And he has also created 31 research papers and 3 books, which are published on national and international levels, and have got more than 600 citations for his from Google Scholar. His research work has been honored with the Best Research Award in First International Scientists Award. He has been working as an assistant professor for more than a decade with School of Education and Behavior Sciences, University of Kashmir. And he is also a best virtual educator and has skills to teach online and get connected with his students with ease.
Thank you, Netra.
Now
Thank you,
welcome,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you.
Now I request Vinodini ma'am to take over and explain her PPT which she has made on technology. Kamakshi, can you share the PPT, please?
I'm sorry, Netra, make me host or co-host. I can share.
Sorry, Kamakshi.
Make me co-host.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kamakshi, can I share the PPT?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes, Vinodini ma'am, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Netra. Okay, welcome once again, everyone here. So technology and education, these are the buzzwords, right? Okay. Yeah, Netra, next slide, please. Let's begin with it. See, this evening, we're going to have these three topics basically within our discussion. One is to explore how technology can help educators and children and the challenges of using technology. It's not just a step ahead that, okay, we are in one step and we're going one more step. No, there are a lot of challenges faced. We will talk of those and the best practices for using it. Yeah, next. Okay, so how can technology help educators and children? See, online classes. So that was the only savior of 2 academic years during the pandemic times, right? You all agree with me. If not for the digital era coming up over there, if not for this entire digitalization, maybe just imagine the number of students staying back in two same classes for 2 years, right? What a big disaster it would have been. So thanks to technology, let's applaud it. And yes, digital technology actually made the classes possible, right? Then how did we take it up? Okay, we found very less time because we started late somewhere. And yeah, we learned how to combine multiple sections to conduct the classes in order to reduce the working hours because screen time was a big thing then. Yeah, so student screen time as well, the teacher's screen time. So fine, we came up with a solution that if I am teaching the same thing in 2 different classes, why not I combine those 2 classes and go ahead? So there is no limitation of the number involved in online classes, right? That was a big advantage. Then, of course, we didn't know how to present contents straight on the screen. So we came up with we wrote down things on sheets of papers or we wrote down on our own whiteboards or blackboards and we took pictures and showed it up on the screen and went on explaining step by step. That was another simple way we came up. So see, these were the baby steps how we could take our teachers from not able to do anything to doing something, right? Yeah, next, Netra. Yes, of course. Children were very excited. They were interested in these classes because they saw a big transformation coming for them, maybe more than the subject content being taught over there. The excitement was more coming up from the technology, more coming up from the screens to the books to screen transformation that they were seeing. But whatever said and done, children were interested in classes. We caught up that opportunity with them, right? And yes, of course, there was a challenge of pulling up one section of students who were always behind the cameras, hiding themselves. So we will talk about this a little while later, maybe when we go ahead with the challenges and the best practices there. Yes. And then, yeah, not all teachers and children had laptops, right? So this is the very first challenge. Not everyone was equipped with the device, with the right devices. So yes, it was a task for me to do my homework and suggest my teachers, my colleagues, and even the parent fraternity to how to invest, like what best they could invest And then, yes, teachers and students were not even aware of how to use multiple applications. So we did conduct training sessions for them in multiple batches, depending on the gravity of the technical level that they were already there. And yeah, another technical glitch was the network glitch. This was a very common statement that we could often hear coming up from students, irrespective of whether it was actually existing or not. So yes, somewhere we had to accommodate that extra time giving them for submissions. Then that led to plagiarism. Yeah, then we taught our teachers how to track this plagiarism. We have applications and tools to take care of this. And yes, of course, we identified certain teachers and students who were finding it really challenging and gave them constant telephonic support. Thanks to my team at this point, where it was all available to support any teachers who required it and any teachers who required it. And yes, students themselves many a times are way ahead in technology than the teachers. Many students are ready, they are prepared for it. So we banked upon these students. We took the support of these student volunteers as well in the classes to help the teachers who were not very comfortable or who were not yet into this mode. Yes, next, Netra. Yeah, so we gave them very simple and easy steps how to handle their devices, what were the relevant softwares. And the best thing, we didn't teach them everything that was available. We just taught them only what is required for them at that moment. Just give them small bits and pieces so that teachers could make themselves comfortable. They made friends with technology, actually. And yes, the next challenge they saw was they didn't know how to relate their subject with technology. Okay, they are learning technology now, but then each subject has got its own different way of putting it up, right? So this was another challenge we faced. And management, of course, not always is supportive. When it was supportive, thanks to them, it was smooth enough. But if the management did not understand the importance, did not understand the gravity of involvement of technology in education, that was indeed a tough challenge. Yeah, Netra. So what were the best practices we used for this? Be a teacher by choice and not by chance. This is an underlined statement. The willingness to adapt yourself, this itself is half battle won, right? So teachers and parents can never stop learning. Encourage parents' involvement. We told all the teachers that rope in as many parents you can. There is a huge parent fraternity which actually is willing to support. So why not we take their help, right? So this was another step that we took up. And then, yes, teachers were learning for the children. They were doing their homework before they came up to the class. They did a dry run many a times before coming up to the class. And at the same time, as I said, parents' involvement is very important at this point. Yes, there were many parents who were also learning with the children. There were parents willing because they knew what their wards would lose if not they pitched into this. So they came up, and if they didn't know something, they also learned along with their children. And that teamwork gave beautiful results. And yes, educators, do upgrade yourself, do join relevant courses, take up new trainings, come up with learning and facing these new challenges, and talk to your colleagues. There is always someone ready to help. Again, the root of CreateNet, SharEd itself, right? Let's share what we know. There are people willing to come up and help, collaborate with each other, work as a team, build a connect between the teachers and parents. This I often mention that this is the best practice because both of us are ultimately interested in the child's development, right? So when we both have a common interest, why not we walk hand in hand? So that's the best practice, I believe. And explore the options of flipped classrooms and blended classrooms. Educators, this is going to be wonderfully fruitful because flipped classrooms, you are already telling the child what is to be done, and the child comes up with his or her own ideas related to the concepts. And blended classrooms, yes, we have children coming from various backgrounds, from various adaptation levels, right? So we need to involve everyone along with us. And yeah, learn to be digitally aware and also help your students to be so. It's very important we keep ourselves safe on the internet, right? So it's not just that, okay, there was something, a disaster earlier maybe on the internet, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to stay away from it anymore. No, that's not what we are here for. We will face the challenge and go ahead conquering it, right? So these were some of the, and so we told the parents, we told the teachers what safety measures to be taken care of. And that's how we could successfully complete 2 years without going to the school. But yes, our students were still up to the level with where they had to be if they had gone to school. Thank you. Thank you, Netra.
Thank you, Vinodini ma'am. Thank you for sharing your experience with us and how you adopted technology and how you adapted your colleagues in learning the technology and adapting when it is really required. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
So,
Netra.
yeah.
Yeah, please.
So
Whatever.
what is your
Yeah.
So my question goes to Noor sir. What is your experience as an educator regarding ICT usage in early childhood education, sir? Sir, you are on mute.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me, one of the panelists in this great program. I must tell one thing that the Vinodini ma'am has already enlightened us in so many concepts about the ICT and its usage generally and particularly in the childhood age. I think ICT general and the digital technologies particularly in the childhood should be always considered to be the responsibility and accountability. What we find today that it is the stage, the early childhood is the stage where we actually make the personalities. And the basic habit formation develops from that particular age. This is a very important thing that the psychological concepts give us like that when you concentrate on the personality to make up of the personality, we can say the infancy stage and toddler stage and childhood stage is the only stage where we actually shape the personalities. So today we have a technology as an requirement, not as a choice. So we cannot do like that thing. We will neglect it and are going to take aloof from it. What is our perception today? That is actually the basic problem, that we consider that digital technology is one of the great problems in our society, mostly in the childhood age. What actually the parents and our lot of perception of the society is related that we have to take a neglectness from that particular thing. We have to avoid this thing. And most parents have a conception that our child should not go there, should not touch the mobile phone, should not. But we know the most concentration of the children is in this particular age towards this technology as a toy, as an entertaining gadget. But at the same time, we need the netizens. We need the people who are career is going to be a techno career in coming days. We need a forthcoming generation who are totally equipped as well as have a techno savvy concept, then they are going to be adjusted in the society. So to consider that technology in infancy stage or toddler stage or to in early childhood is very important for them. But I must say one thing: if a parent's take every responsibility, and school has taken every responsibility today about the eating, about clothing, about the hygienic consideration, about the sleeping, everything what is in the life they are taking care about it. But I find only one thing is neglected by the parents as well as the school administration, as well as the teachers. They neglect only one thing, that the technology as of one of the secondary concept they are not taking. It is very important thing for the development of the personality. That is one of the main problems in the schools as well as in the families. What I think, that if we need it, if we require it, if we have a complete dependence of our future generation on this digital technology, so we have to take this step. And I must say that in our society today, when I talk about my own society, the ICT upbringing is in infancy stage. It does not completely cover up all corners of our society. It is not reached. We are just still writing about the digital divide, that we are in a divide. Just Vinodni ma'am said that but it's not a mass use of the people. Like we don't have a resources properly. We don't have an infrastructure. We don't have a gadgets for everybody today. So it is in infancy stage to comment about it only negatively, that it is not a good thing for our children, whatever. But what we need to this time, this is the protocol. We have what we have to follow. And I think the programs like that, which we are this time present, that too, it's just a program of awareness for the parents and the school administrations as well, to make as such thing one of the important and one of the caring thing in our school as well as in a family. But it needs to be connected as a personality development gadget, personality development innovation, not to crush the personalities. What we find today, the addiction is the main problem in our society. What the addiction comes, people are not addicted to the eating like that, people are not addicted to the sleeping, people are not, we are taking care about all those things, but neglected the only one thing, that we can say the carelessness of the parents, carelessness of the school administration and the teachers. I'm clearly saying that because I'm in an education system for last so many years, and I have a practical experience about it. That today now, what actually problem is in our society, that schools are not going to allow the students with a mobile phone in the class. Why? This is the problem, because we know that we consider this thing is not a good. This will distract our students because we don't know how to properly use it. And what is the just already the Vinodi ma'am enlightened us that what is the screen time. Digital technology is not only the mobile phone. Digital technology is not only the television. Digital tech is the umbrella term. There are so many things, but what we find the most thing in our society today, that is the mobile phone is in everybody's hand. But you know that usage time, there are so many research agencies who have already conducted the research on that particular thing, that what is the screen time for the child, what is the screen time for the 5-year-old child, what is the screen time for the adolescents. So but these researchers should not reach you to that every corner of the society, and parents will get the awareness about it, and they will implement in the school as well as in the families. For example, we are not going to allow any child before 2 years to use the screen time. But what we find in our society, the parents are just making their self relief to put the mobile phone in the hands of the child. Then after, when he becomes addict, after all, this will become our problem. This has become our problem. Our teachers have not completely command on the technology. They are not using in the class technology as a rehabilitating or for enhancing the teaching learning program, but they are actually making the disturbances in the classes. So it is actually what I feel as a educator, mostly in infancy stage or in the early childhood stage, we take the digital technology as a responsibility to use it as a more than technology. It is a responsibility to how to adopt this thing in our parents. I am confusing sometimes that parents can take care everything about their child. They will take care even of minute things about the children. But automatically they have one of the negative sense about the technology. And they know it. We know it that after some time, our child should not get adjusted in the society without using these gadgets or using these applications and technology. Artificial intelligence today cover up all sectors of the life, so we must use it for our benefits. We are the end. Means it is a means. We use it as a means to making our objectives clear. But what is happening at end of the day, that it is in infancy stage. We are not this time in a position to use it properly. So we will claiming that technology is not a good thing. Technology is like that. It will make the addiction. It will make the moral problems in the society. It is. I must quote one thing that if a child watches a TV, so how he watch the TV? He TV watching alone. There is a bedroom television is allowed. There is alone television is allowed, or there is a supervised television is allowed. So we need, when we need to grow our children with the help of this technology, so we must take care about the protocols, which is already established in our society. In different countries, there were different research have been conducted to make people, school administration aware about it. And most probably we lack one thing in our school and the parent connections, that we held after every day, after every week, we make the parent teacher these meetings in our school. But that meetings, I myself as a parent attended so many meetings, but the discussion is always about the fee structure, about the timing, about the punctuality, about the marks. But nobody will care. Automatically, if teaching communities get awareness about that, the proper usage of a technology, mostly in this childhood age, they should be conduct some programs, and automatically they will transfer this message, because parents will never attend any meeting, but they attend a meeting in the schools for their children. They are very caring about it, that they go to school regularly, weekly or monthly, and checking the status of their ward in the school. So the school has opportunity to transfer and to make aware them and to make understand them about the proper usage, proper screen time. We are not in a less time talking about everything or screen time or other digital technological which are available today. Every day there is a choice, there is a change in technology. So teachers must get aware about, school administration must take care about all those things. They will, maybe I suggest one thing for the schools and parents, that they will do one thing. They will just to make in 1 month, they will make one of the parent teacher meeting or school parent meeting about the technological usage, because it is a very important component of our life. We can't survive without it. Now it is
very
a survival
rightly said.
of everybody.
Yes, very rightly said, sir.
Thank you.
Very rightly said. So all the teachers and parents and children has to take own responsibility in using the technology in a right way. Thank you, sir. Thank you for showing the light on this. What do you, Afia?
Yes, thank you, Netra, and thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us all. Now, I will request praiseworthy Vinodi ma'am to share her experience regarding educating 21st century children, where actually technology plays a vital role in teaching learning process. Over to Vinodni ma'am.
Thank you, Afia. See, children today are not the types who will just sit back and take everything that we tell in the classroom. Agree? No, there is it is not one-way communication anymore in the classroom. Maybe when we were students, we did it to some extent. We just nodded our head to everything that our teacher had to tell in the class, and we went back with the same concepts. But now, children don't sit back and take with their eyes closed. They have their own ideas, they have their own questions, and they have many more inputs regarding what we have to say than what we have to say. So we need to be prepared for this. This is one big challenge. And we do have resources. Make use of the technology, make use of the internet resources available. Do not just rely upon the traditional textbook that's available, right? The textbook only caters to the concept that you need to deliver. And the rest ideas, the rest examples, or the way we deliver, all that can be learned with this oceanic resource coming up from the internet. There are so many beautiful YouTube videos available. There are lectures and presentations available over almost all the concepts that we need to deliver in the school. So let's make use of those. And one big challenge, we cannot simply tell the children and sit back. Some may follow our instructions, some may just ignore us royally. So if we want them to do, for example, a very basic thing, somewhere down the line in middle school, in ICT, we teach them how to create their own account on any email platform, and how to communicate using an email. This is, for example, considering the Gmail itself. This is a very basic thing. But then how will the child know how to do it unless someone tells the child the right way, right? Otherwise, yeah, the child may do it. The child will definitely do it, something on trial and error method. They will do it once. They will get into a disaster somewhere. They will learn and they will come back. But why waste the time and effort and take that risk over there? Why not we as teachers? Like, for example, I actually took a laptop in the classroom and projected it on the screen and showed them, see, these are the steps how to create a Gmail account. And they made note of those steps because, yes, of course, in the school where I was teaching, not every child had access to a digital device in the classroom, but yes, they definitely had it at home. So I could demonstrate it in the classroom. And so they noted down the steps. Once they went home, they all created their Gmail account. Okay, now the first step is done. We created the Gmail account. What next? So I need to send you an email. You need to check your inbox. You need to open up, see it. You need to respond to me. Fine. So there has to be this transaction that I have to explain to the children. So what are we going to communicate then? Very straight and simple. Just eeny, meeny, penny, any just one lesson from any of their favorite textbooks, and give them those questions. Send them those questions in the form of an email. They were so excited to receive an email from their teacher, and then they were equally excited to type in the answers and send it back to the teacher. So this transaction, I think, excites them. This is the 21st century requirement. We need to get into with the children and not just stay away and instruct them or, expect them to do everything right in the first attempt. So let's involve as much as we can with our children. That's what I believe is the most fruitful, the most effective way to take them along.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would request Netra to take some
Thank you, ma'am.
questions. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
I
Sir,
request Netra to take some questions from the chat box.
After there is a lot of disturbance from your side.
No, it's from you. Okay. Thank you, Kamakshi. So thank you so much, Vinodni ma'am. I request Netra to take some questions from the chat box.
Yes. Coming to the chat, हमारे पास एक क्वेश्चन आया है जो पूछ रहे हैं, मैं सर को पूछना चाहूंगी, जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी अपना ले रहे हैं, हम टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर रहे हैं, तब बच्चों का क्रिएटिविटी कहीं खत्म हो रहा है। जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज कर, ड्राइंग बच्चे कंप्यूटर में करते हैं, जैसे विनोदिनी मैम बोल रही थी, अभी ईमेल करते हैं तो लेटर राइटिंग खत्म हो रहा है, ड्राइंग हाथ से करना खत्म हो रहा है। तो आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे सर इसके ऊपर? पीपल बहुत बिजी है, सब लोग टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने में, तो अभी कैसे फिर से क्रिएटिविटी आ सकती है बच्चों में वापस से? टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ साथ, टेक्नोलॉजी को छोड़ना ही नहीं है, टेक्नोलॉजी को तो पकड़ के ही जाना है, तो कैसे क्रिएटिविटी भी और रखनी है बच्चों में?
मैं इसके बारे में ये बात बताना चाहूंगा कि अगर अभी तक एजुकेशनल कॉन्सेप्ट और एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर देखेंगे तो आज तक जो हमारा ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच ऑफ टीचिंग लर्निंग था, उसमें हम कंटेंट कंज्यूमर्स थे। अगर देखा जाए, कंटेंट क्रिएटर हमें कॉन्सेप्ट दिया है, दैट इज नोन आल्सो नोन एज अ कंस्ट्रक्टिव अप्रोच ऑफ अ टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस। कंस्ट्रक्टिव अप्रोच में ये क्या हो, पहली बात ये है कि आपको टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू एक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एटीट्यूड डेवलप, और क्रिएशन जो है वो इसी से डेवलप हुई। हाँ, एक पॉइंट है जो मैं इस क्वेश्चन से खींच रहा हूँ कि क्या एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन का मेन कॉम्प्रहेंशन है, वो यही है कि एक ह्यूमन वैल्यू जो है वो शायद कहीं ना कहीं कंप्रोमाइज हो रही है। तो ह्यूमन वैल्यू को कंप्रोमाइज, वो हमेशा जो टेक्नोलॉजी जितनी भी है वो हमेशा डिपेंडेंट एक इंसान पे ही है। जैसे कॉन्सेप्ट हमेशा हमारे पास आ जाता है कि टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से टीचर्स रिप्लेस हो गया, या जो हमारा जो ह्यूमन वैल्यू था वो शायद कहीं ना कहीं कंप्रोमाइज हो रहा है। लेकिन एक चीज है, मैं हर बार यही बात कर रहा हूँ कि जो भी हमारे पास इनोवेशंस आती हैं, जो साइंटिफिक इनोवेशंस हैं, उनमें खास तौर से एक प्रोटोकॉल होने का लाजिम एक चीज है। देखिए, आज अगर आप टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करते हैं, इतना ज्यादा आप उसके एडिक्ट हो जाते हैं, तो आप उसके सामने उसको हम कहते हैं हैंडीकैप्ड हो जाते हैं। तो इसका मतलब है टेक्नोलॉजी आपको कंट्रोल कर रही है, आप टेक्नोलॉजी को कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हैं। ये सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर नहीं है, ये हमारी जिंदगी के बाकी सेक्टर्स में भी बहुत फैक्टर आ जाते हैं। लाइक मैं खाने के लिए जी रहा हूँ कि मैं जीने के लिए खा रहा हूँ, मैं मकान बनाने के लिए जी रहा हूँ कि मकान मुझे रहने के लिए रखना है। तो ये कॉन्सेप्चुअलाइजेशन जो है, ये टेक्नोलॉजी में भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप टेक्नोलॉजी को इतना ओवर रूल ना करें कि टेक्नोलॉजी को अपने हावी होने दें। एक एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ मैन वो हमेशा रहेगी। तो मैं समझता हूं कि जैसे सवाल का जो मेन क्रक्स है वो यही है कि टेक्नोलॉजी से शायद वो ह्यूमन क्रिएटिविटी, मॉरलिटी और ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं कंप्रोमाइज हो रही है। अदरवाइज अगर हम देख लें कि ये एनहेंस कर रहा है, एनहेंस का मतलब ये हमें प्रोवाइड वो फैसिलिटी कर रहा है, वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स प्रोवाइड कर रहा है जहां से हम अपनी जो ह्यूमन की जो अपनी इंपॉर्टेंसेस हैं, अपनी जो इंस्टिंक्ट्स है, अपने जो इमोशंस हैं, अपना जो आपका जो कॉम्पिटेंस है, उसको कहीं ना कहीं हम उससे एक्सप्रेस कर पाते हैं अगर हम उस तरीके से इसको यूज करें। अदरवाइज मैं समझता हूँ खाली टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं बल्कि जिंदगी के बाकी शोबाजात में भी हम किसी चीज को अपने ऊपर हावी होने देंगे तो उसके सामने हमारी माजूरियत होगी, हम हैंडीकैप्ड होंगे। तो टेक्नोलॉजी एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म हमें दिया गया है जिससे हम अपनी क्रिएटिविटी को ज्यादा जाहिर करेंगे। शायद इससे पहले इस क्रिएटिविटी को हर कोई एक्सेस नहीं कर पाता था, हर किसी के पास चॉइस नहीं थी, हर किसी के पास प्लेटफॉर्म मौजूद नहीं था। आपके टैलेंट को, आपकी कॉम्पिटेंस को शायद दुनिया तक पहुंचाने के लिए अगर आज कोई जरिया है तो वो जरिया सिर्फ हमें टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू ही मिलता है। और उससे मुझे लगता है कि अगर मुझ में कोई टैलेंट है, कम से कम अगर मैं सिंगिंग कर रहा हूँ, मैं कोई शायर हूँ, मुझ में कोई ड्राइंग करना है, तो ये अपने घर तक महदूद नहीं है बल्कि इसकी एक्सेसिबिलिटी और एफोर्डेबिलिटी मेरे पास बिल्कुल आसानी से आती है।
राइट सर। सर और एक क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए इसके बारे में। So what are the factors that are influencing हमें अब टेक्नोलॉजी हम अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं as an educator and children also they are adopting. So what are the factors that are influencing teachers and students techno stress while using this emerging technology?
देखिए, टेक्नो स्ट्रेस के लावर लेवल पे अलग अलामतें हैं, अलग फैक्टर्स हैं, और हायर एजुकेशन और हायर स्टूडेंट या हायर एडल्ट ग्रुप के लिए, एडोलेसेंस ग्रुप के लिए अलग हैं। खास तौर से जब हम बात करेंगे, तीन चीजें देखी गई है हमारे यहाँ। जो समाजी जो एहतसाब है, अभी जो स्ट्रक्चर है, उसमें मैंने क्यों बार बार जिक्र करता हूँ बीइंग ए टीचर की इन्फेंसी स्टेज में है। हम जिन इंस्टीट्यूशन और इदारों में काम करते हैं, जहां पर जितना भी फैकल्टी हमारा है या जहां हमारे पास जो मैन पावर है, सबसे पहले उनका एटीट्यूड इसकी तरफ अच्छा नहीं है, एटीट्यूड नेगेटिव है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम अपने एकेडमिक एनवायरनमेंट की बात करें कि जो बड़े प्रोफेसर साहिबान हैं, उनको बहुत टाइम अरसा हो गया अपने टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस को संभालते हुए, 40 साल, 30 साल, 20 साल का उम्र हो गया, उनका एक एटीट्यूड बन चुका है लेक्चर डिलीवर करने का, असाइनमेंट बनाने का, टीचर स्टूडेंट का जो रिलेशनशिप है उसकी कम्युनिकेशन का डिफरेंट एटीट्यूड बना है। लेकिन जो ही उनके पास आ जाता है टेक्नोलॉजिकल कॉन्सेप्ट, उनको बोलेंगे, जैसे विनोदनी मैम कह रहे कि मेल भी एक बड़ी चीज बन जाती है लोगों के लिए कि हाउ टू कम्युनिकेट, मैं कैसे पहुंचाऊं। तो उनको जब टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कहते हैं तो वो बिल्कुल इसको अनफेवरेबल और अनप्लीजेंट तरीके से लेते हो, तो उनका एटीट्यूड फेवरेबल इसके लिए नहीं होता है। दूसरा है ट्रेनिंग। अगर हम एडल्ट्स की बात करें, हमारे पास प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग नहीं है इसको इस्तेमाल करने के लिए। हमारे पास वो अभी फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम टीचिंग लाइनअप की बात करें, उतना हमारे पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मौजूद नहीं है कि जितने भी टीचर ट्रेनिंग आते हैं वो खाली थ्योरेटिकली अपने आप को डेवलप करते हैं थ्योरेटिकल पर्सपेक्टिव में, तो फिलोसफिकली वो रिच होते हैं, लेकिन जब उनका एप्लीकेशन पार्ट आता है, यूसेज का पार्ट आता है, जैसे विनोद मैम की प्रेजेंटेशन में मैंने देखा, हमारे पास अचानक से पैंडेमिक आ गया तो एक स्ट्रेस क्रिएट हो गया तब सब लोगों के ऊपर कि किस तरीके से इसको इस्तेमाल करें, कहाँ जाएं, और क्योंकि प्रॉपर उनके पास नो हाउ नहीं था। और तीसरी चीज ये है कि हमारे पास जो स्ट्रक्चर है, जिसकी हम बात करेंगे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एक तो मैंने कहा कहीं है, मौजूद है, तो कहीं नहीं है। तो अगर कहीं है तो हमारे पास कुछ रिसर्च हुई है कि फीमेल्स में इसका इस्तेमाल पहले कम होता था, मेल्स में ज्यादा होता, वो भी डिजिटल डिवाइस था, गाँव में कम था, शहरों में ज्यादा था। अब तो हम कहेंगे कंपेरेटिवली सब जगह आ गया है, लेकिन फिर भी इसमें जो स्कूल लेवल पे हम देखेंगे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मोस्ट, अगर हम इंडिया की बात करें, गवर्नमेंट स्कूलों का नेटवर्क है, सबसे ज्यादा लोग पब्लिक सेक्टर पे ही डिपेंडेंट है। प्राइवेट स्कूल इसको कम से कम स्मार्ट क्लासरूम जो है उसको कहीं ना कहीं एस्टेब्लिश कर रहे हैं। जैसे विनोदनी मैम ने कहा कि हम कंडक्ट करते हैं, फिर उनको जीमेल सिखाते हैं। इनसे क्या हो जाता है कि उनके पास पहले इसका जैसे उन्होंने कहा प्रोजेक्टर होना, लैपटॉप होना जरूरी है, लेकिन इस तरह की सुविधाएं जो है वो प्रॉपरली अभी पूरी, क्योंकि मेरा एक रिसर्च अगर आप देखेंगे मेरा पोस्ट डॉक पूरा इसी पे है। मैंने कई स्कूल अपने सैंपल में देखे जो देहातों में है, कंट्री साइड में है, उनमें मैंने देखा गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स के थ्रू कहीं ना कहीं ये दिए गए हैं इक्विपमेंट्स, लेकिन वो अभी अनकवर्ड है, उनका अभी वो ऊपर का पॉलिथीन भी नहीं खुला है, क्योंकि वहां पर कोई ट्रेनड पर्सन नहीं है। किसी जगह पर मैंने देखा कि लोग करना चाहते हैं लेकिन उनके पास टीचर नहीं है, टीचर है ट्रेनड नहीं है। किसी जगह मैंने पाया रिसर्च में कि सब कुछ है, टीचर भी है, ट्रेनिंग भी है, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा मिला कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मौजूद नहीं, अगर है भी अपडेटेड नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल उस तरह से कंड्यूस नहीं किया गया है ताकि वो यूसेज के काबिल हो जाए, क्योंकि इसमें एक रिफ्रेशमेंट और एक रिफाइनमेंट की जरूरत बार बार पड़ती है। तो बहुत सारी ऐसी अलामतें हैं, और इसका हम टेक्नोस्ट्रस के साथ एक और भी चैलेंज है, क्योंकि हम शायद एक और मैं चीज कहना चाहूंगा, आजकल आप देखेंगे हर जगह हमारा बायोमेट्रिक सिस्टम है, ये भी एक सिट्रस है ना काम करने वाले लोगों के लिए, वो एक अलग कैटेगरी है कि वो हम काम पे कितने बजे आए, हमारा सर्वेलेंस हो रहा है, हमारा परफॉर्मेंस है नहीं है। इससे एक काम के अंदर एक कहीं ना कहीं से एक टेक्नोलॉजिकल सिट्रस जो पैदा हो ही जाता है, पैदा हो ही जाता है। बहुत सारी अलामतें हैं। बच्चों के अंदर मैं एक पॉइंट कहना चाहूंगा, बच्चों के अंदर स्ट्रेस दूसरी चीजों की वजह से आते हैं, उनका दो चीजें आ जाता है स्ट्रेस का, एक तो नफ्सियाती है जिसको हम साइकोलॉजिकल इंपैक्ट कहते हैं, और दूसरा हमारा फिजियोलॉजिकल है जिसे हम कहते हैं उनकी जिस्मानी कुव्वतें जो है, जिस्मानी ताकतें जो है, उन पे असर हो जाता है। जैसे आजकल हम फ्रिक्वेंटली देखते हैं जो आई स्पेशलिस्ट है वो बार बार अवेयर करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि स्क्रीन टाइम कितना होना चाहिए बच्चों का। हम फिजियो वालों के पास जाए, वो कहते हैं पोस्चर बिगड़ गया बच्चों का, बाकी चीजें बिगड़ गई, क्योंकि एक एडिक्शन का मसला है, जो एडिक्शन बजाते खुद एक नफ्सियाती बीमारी भी पैदा कर देते हैं। सीडो वाइब्रेशन आजकल लोगों होती है, अभी आपके फोन की घंटी नहीं बजी, वो कहते हैं घंटी बज गई, उनका वाइब्रेशन नहीं हुआ, उनको लग रहा है वाइब्रेशन हो गए। अब उनके जिस्मानी कुव्वतें इतना सा हावी हो गई है कि अब उनको उसको हम कहेंगे कि एबनॉर्मलिटी जैसी आ गई है। और बच्चों के अंदर खासतौर से इसका यूसेज अगर ज्यादा हो तो उनको स्ट्रेस जहनी भी होता है और जिस्मानी भी स्ट्रेस उनमें इस वजह से आ जाता है।
So excess use of technology is not good for our mental and physical health. ऐसे नूर सर बोल रहे हैं हमें, तो आफिया अप टू यू।
थैंक यू सो मच। मेरा सवाल विनोदनी मैम से रहेगा। मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं चैट बॉक्स में भी ऐसा सवाल आया है डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली। हम मैम जानना चाहते हैं आपसे कि जैसे कि आप अभी सर्टिफाइड एजुकेटर है, आप प्लीज बताइए कि अगर हमें अभी बच्चों में, चाहे वो सेकेंडरी लेवल पे हो, मिडिल लेवल पे हो, या इवन हायर सेकेंडरी लेवल पे, इनमें हमें अभी कोशिश करनी है इनकलकेट करने की नेटिकेट्स, पर्टिकुलरली व्हेन दे आर यूजिंग द टेक्नोलॉजी। प्लीज इस पे आप थोड़ा सा रिफ्लेक्ट कीजिए। थैंक यू।
Yes, definitely. See, digital citizenship is a big thing by itself. We learn how to talk to our elders at home. We learn how to talk to our peers in school. If we go wrong in anything over there, we have our teachers correcting us. है ना? In fact, why? We have a complete 40 minutes session every day, something called moral science in our timetables. Right? Most schools follow this moral science concept. What do we teach them in moral science? Ki, bacha, how do you have to behave yourself in the society? What are the do's and don'ts expected out of you in the society, right? Because
Yes.
we do have a harmonious society. Then, is anybody thinking of how to write a proper email? What are the points you need to remember, you need to follow when you're writing an email? We are teaching them letter writing. Are we teaching them email writing? Yeah, in letter writing, we teach them, okay, you should always start with dear or respected so-and-so. Fine. But while writing an email, we just write down the straight statement. Okay, I want this, this, this. Is that all? A simple leave letter. When you write it in the form of a letter, we are teaching them that you need to follow these steps. You need to follow, respected ma'am, I need leave for so and so reason. You are giving them each and every step over there. Then when the same thing is done through an email, just instead of the hard copy, it's coming in the form of a soft copy. I don't think there is any behavioral change coming up over there. Then is anybody making note that when you write an email also, it has to carry a subject line, it has to carry an address line? This was a very down-to-earth example that I just mentioned. And password protection. Teach your children that we need to take care, that we have to keep a real perfect password. There are different rules how to frame a best password. And then some knowledge about digital footprint. बच्चा अपने घर में भी कोई छोटा सा काम करके जाता है, कुछ शरारत करके जाता है, तो उसको कुछ भी करके he tries to cover it up, so that mama doesn't come back and figure it out to scold him or her. है ना? That's the natural instinct. And कभी इसको हम शरारत बोल के भूल जाते हैं, कभी हम इसको सीरियस बात समझ के उसके ऊपर थोड़ी सी रोशनी डालते हैं बच्चे के साथ. मे बी प्यार से डाल सकते होंगे या फिर गुस्सा भी कर सकते हैं. वॉट एवर वे वी डू इट, बट वी डू पे अटेंशन कि द चाइल्ड हैज लेफ्ट सम ट्रेसेस और हैज ट्राइड टू कवर दोज ट्रेसेस ऑफ द फिजिकल एक्टिविटी दैट हैज टेकन प्लेस. Exactly same thing in the world of cybernetics also. So when you're surfing anything on the internet, you are leaving traces over there. You are leaving a history. There are cookies that's constantly watching upon you. So is anybody giving them all this awareness? Why not we do it? Teachers, educators, it's a humble request from my end to all the educators and parents here. Please start thinking towards this direction. Please start thinking towards the safety of your child when he or she is on the internet. And again, we tell our children, don't go around fighting with everyone. Don't go around hitting your friends, right? A very common statement. All of us have somewhere at one point or the other have told our children. Have we ever told them, do not bully anybody on the cyber? A very simple example. I'm not even talking of computer and internet. WhatsApp. Everyone is using WhatsApp. It's become such an integral part of us now. And we keep updating our status. We keep updating our DPs. Have you thought of what risk we are putting ourselves into? And we talk of photomorphism. We talk of image morphism. Right? So where is that permission given? We are only giving permission, no? Am I telling my child what kind of pictures to be uploaded? What kind of pictures not to be uploaded? Why? Simple Facebook check-in. We check in somewhere and we very boldly write over there, checked in into such and such a place. Okay, fine. That very common joke going around everywhere, right? I'm just reminding you, this is nothing out of my mind. It's just a reminder. Everyone is out on a holiday and the robbers have a wonderful gala time in your house. Was it really necessary to disclose that you have gone out on a holiday? Isn't something called your private life? Are we telling our children that this is something you need to announce to the world and this is something you need not announce to the world? But again, that doesn't mean that we tell our children to stay away from social media. Definitely not. Please get into the social media with an awareness. These are the digital citizenship awareness that we need to inculcate in our children from the beginning. Somewhere they have to be told about it. Who is going to tell? It's either the teachers or the parents. So for that, let us first learn about it. No? Unless we know, we are not going to teach them. Please train yourselves, get yourselves updated, get yourselves upgraded. Leave aside all these things. These are two technical things, maybe what I spoke of. Does anything come free in life?
No.
There is no free meal, absolutely. Then why are we getting so attracted to that one email or that one WhatsApp message or that phone call that we receive that telling that you have won such and such a lottery and we need your bank details? Come on, thoda sa. That's just a common sense, no? This has got nothing to do with, and then we blame that. See, all this happened because of the technology.
Yes. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you so much, ma'am. थैंक यू एंड आई थिंक अभी ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पेरेंट्स पे आ जाता है और प्रोफेशनली साउंड जो टीचर्स होंगे एंड यू स्टार्टेड इन फैक्ट टुडेज प्रेजेंटेशन कि हमें हर एक को टीचर बाय चांस नहीं आना चाहिए बट टीचर बाय चॉइस आना चाहिए तभी वो इतना ज़्यादा अवेयर भी करेगा लोगों को और अपने स्टूडेंट्स के रिगार्डिंग उनको इतना कंसर्न रहेगा थैंक यू सो मच मैम so over to Netra you can take some questions from chat as well.
Yeah, thank you Afia. So I would like to ask Noor sir on excess usage of technology nowadays. All the human beings, children and adults, they're using technology very excessively. So what is your suggestion to all the parents here and all the educators present here when we are raising the children here and they are in this digital age and our children are now going to become the digital citizens of digital India, where technology is the integral part of our life, but children are using this not as a tool and more as a toy. So what is your suggestion? How can it be stopped? So I throw some light on this, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It is. I found one thing is very ridiculous today. That what is happening in our in educational as well as in a social structure, you are not allowing a child or any student on any level of education with a mobile phone in the classroom. Why? It is the only as Vinodi ma'am enlightened us that we are going to train the people in the classroom. If they have a gadget, for example, we'll take everybody has a gadget in your classroom. Nobody will allow them with the classroom or we switch it off the phone. That means they are reluctant. They are not giving them a space to use it in some supervised environment. There is a supervised environment. Teacher is a knowledgeable. He needs to make a training to the people, to the students that how to use it. We are theoretically very good that we will deliver the lecture for 1 hour and waiting for the ring and just to go out from the classroom. We are not taking care about it because we are not taking it as an integral part. But when student leaves the class, he just put himself or herself in using the mobile phone. That means we're giving the people space to use it in an unsupervised way, not in a supervised. We are not letting them allowed to come with the gadgets in the school, and then we are going to use them in a proper and educational use. That will make some sense for the people and become the habitual concern of the people. Maybe when they leave the class, they are automatically connected with its usage. They will maybe use for more 1 hour for that particular thing. They will become the habitual, but we are not giving them a space. Second thing is that excessive use comes and why it comes. Child is himself, he's just with no mind, he's all flesh. Child is all flesh. It is the parent who will give. Just Vinodi ma'am said why the moral code comes. Moral code comes that we are allowing the children what to do and what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat, what to wear and what not to wear, why to sleep and why not to sleep. Automatically we have a control. The psychological expression is 9 years age is very controllable. But what is happening in our today's society that we let them allow to do anything what they need to do. And most probable part is like that. The parents are today don't have. I have one of the concept in my mind during my research that is orphan is that who have a parents, is orphan is that who have not a parents. This is the question mark today for our society. Because we can't call to the person who is orphan. Biological orphanage is a different thing. We are a caring, we lack the parents. I must say this thing, and I have already mentioned this thing when we start this session, that if we taking care everything, we know the human being is because of habit, he is human being. He is a cognitive being, but his cognition is totally depends upon his social arguments. That will become the social when we are among the society, and we will opt every culture. We will memorize all those things which is happening around us. The role model is a teacher, role model. The maximum I found myself, I am this time a 39-year-old person. It means I have spent much of my life in a school and with my parents. And this time I am some personality, I am some behavior. It is because of what I am actually imitating from the society. I am a good imitator. But what we give to the children, why it comes from the excessive use, why it comes the addiction. Addiction comes from when we lack both. I'm giving the responsibility to the both platforms, because I already mentioned that usage of digital technology, ICT, or any type of a technology in the early age is a responsibility, is accountability. It is not only you are giving the mobile phone to the student and they are going to hodgepodge, they can use it. It is actually the thing that when you're taking care every aspect of a life of your children, you are very bothered about the future of the child. It is his future. And it is its future. Why you are giving them access? You are not allowed your child to more access sleep. You are not allowed to more eat. Why you are allowing the children? And even what I find in my observation around our society, just today the parents do one thing. They need to use by themselves a mobile phone and they need a space. For example, I am myself being a parent. When I left from my office and go to home, my mobile phone is my hand. If my child will ask me a papa or a daddy that he needs my time, because I am a father. It's a natural creation. It is not meant by any person that you are a father and you are a mother. Just they will share a responsibility. It is a by born tendency. So automatically, yes, automatically when I need a space, what I found today, being a parent, I am myself busy on my phone, and my child needs my time. I am engaging my child to the phone, on the phone. I need to talk somebody. I need to go market without any child. I need to space for myself, and for that I will engage my child for phone. If he are not going to eat, I will give him a phone. If he just irritating us, because childish behavior is he's asking you a question, he's doing so many odd jobs, you will just engage them and putting the phone in their hands and just make yourself free and make your entertainment possible. Automatically, this is the age where you can get habits, and automatically after some time we are not in a position to control or to make their behavior to change, because human behavior is not depends upon the retakes. Once it develops in some habit, it is very problematic to change it. It is very much problematic. It is just like that. I remember my mother in my childhood. If anybody comes to me and say that she is not your mother, I will prove by DNA that somebody else is your mother. Automatically, my emotion is very much connected to my that mother who brings doesn't mean who is biological mother. She brings me, she is habitual mother, because आदतन वो मेरी माँ है, मैंने उसको देखा उस एज में है. मेरी लैंग्वेज देख लीजिए. I am a good speaker of a Kashmiri, good speaker of a Hindi, because I don't know grammar. I don't know its schooling and nothing. But it's a habitual. Today somebody will come to me and say, you will become a good speaker of English. It is very hard to now for me to speak English like my Kashmiri. It's very hard.
Yes, sir. Very rightly said. तो habit की बात होती है, बस habit की बात होती है. और इन सब में as a educator और as a parent हमें ज्यादा learn करना है और हमें ज्यादा responsibility लेना है. Right, sir?
Yes, one point is there. Then I find that responsibility. For example, parents are today not aware about all those things, that what is the changes comes up in the school. They don't know it. Even I find that schools even are very less knowledge about it. Schools today find, mostly from the private sector, they find that school is a good, which is technological based. And what they find the technological based, to put it and install it, the CCTVs everywhere.
Yes,
it is
sir.
a good thing to put the CCTV in a bathroom. How it is possible? So how you are putting CCTV in the classroom? That means does not know the pedagogical concept of the teaching. You does not believe on the philosophy of the teaching. You does not know who is actually the teacher. Teacher is something different personality who needs not to surveillance of the head or any principal or any administrator. Then after, the whole concept of teaching learning is maligning. So we are not. So schools need to be aware about it, and I can put the responsibility of the parent awareness on the schools. क्योंकि मैंने देखा है, अगर पेरेंट कहीं नहीं जाता है, स्कूल जाता है और स्कूल में उसको बाकायदा इसके लिए अगर बताया जाए कि आपके घर में बच्चा है, उसको रोको मत मोबाइल फोन इस्तेमाल करने से. जैसे विनोद मैम ने कहा, व्हाट्सएप को आप रोक नहीं सकते. इट इज वन ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन डिवाइस, आप नहीं रोक सकते, लेकिन आप उसको प्रॉपर यूसेज तो बताइए. राइट, उसने तो मारा आपको, हार्ट मैंने कहा ना, मैं शायद इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे कहना.
Yeah, sir, we lost the voice. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Over to Sonal.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Sonal from Team CreateNet. So we just had an amazing and very knowledgeable session with Vinodini ma'am and Noor sir. So now that we have got so much to hear from them about technology from both our panelists, let's just reflect and summarize our learnings. And let's see what was aha moment for us. What was that wow moment that we felt, oh, I learned something new today. Or if there is any curiosity that you have, oh, I want to know this part more about technology from Vinodini ma'am or Noor sir. So next 10 minutes, what we will do is, we are right now here 45 participants. We will divide you all into groups of 5 people. So we will make a breakout room. In those breakout rooms, you and 4 other people will also be there in that room. And I will put 2 questions on chat right now. You will be able to see those questions in the breakout room also. Now, next 10 minutes, you have to discuss related to the session on those questions. Like first, I'm putting on chat if you can see. First question is, share any insight, any learning, or any question that emerged for you in this session after hearing both of them. And second question, you have to discuss with your team members, like you will be 5 members in each team in the room. How can educators and parents collaborate in helping children to understand the proper use of technology? So, as if you will look at your chats, you will be able to see these questions I have put in chat for everyone. You will be able to see these questions. And even if you will be in the breakout room, you will still be able to go back and see the questions during discussion. So our time starts now. Kamakshi, should we put them, all of us, into breakout rooms?
Yeah.
So if everyone is clear with the instruction, can you show a thumbs up from your Zoom? Mohita, Kamakshi, can you post the question chat on highlight for the breakout room?
Yes, I will share.
Kamakshi, can you unmute yourself? Just a second. Basically, I am not host, so I am not able to put the questions in chat. Till then, Shubhangi, you can discuss with your group, share any insight, learning, or any question that you have from the session. Hi. Yeah. Hi, Anjana, Shubhangi, Swati. I'm saying, till the time I solve the problem of putting the questions, you can discuss with your Kamakshi. Yeah. Some of us are not able to. I think there are 16 participants still in the main room.
Yeah.
Kamakshi,
Hi
you
guys.
are on mute. You are on mute.
No. Hey guys, please join the
Kamakshi, you are on mute.
Actually, she is audible.
Yeah.
आपकी
Please
आवाज
join
नहीं
the breakout rooms. research scholar, Muminajan.
Okay, Kamakshi, what you can do is जो लोग अभी join नहीं कर पाए हैं, आप उनके साथ यहीं पे ये 2 questions discuss कर लो.
Yes,
I'll go into other breakout rooms.
I'm sharing again questions.
हाँ, कामाक्षी आप सबसे करके बात करके यहीं पे क्वेश्चन उनसे उनकी लर्निंग डिस्कस कर लो. I am going in breakout rooms.
Sure. Hello everyone. Can we start discussion about 2 questions? We have 2 questions. One is about our learning insight and what the questions we emerged in the discussion. And second question is about what can educators and parents can collaborative work for this. Shafia Minaj, research scholar. Rashid sir, Muminajan, Madhukar Narayan, please.
Kamakshi.
Yes.
We will wait for all the participants to come to the main screen. सबकी अभी बातचीत चल रही है शायद अभी ब्रेकआउट रूम में.
I hope everyone had get chance to speak and interact with all your group members and also share many questions, whatever came out from the discussion. And also I got to know there are some issues raised in groups. So yeah, now we can open for audience. Please share whatever things emerged from your groups. From each group, please take a major questions and major insights, whatever you taken from the discussion, please share with our panelists.
Hello, good evening to one and all. In our group, it was very, I think there were around 6 people in the group. And when we joined the group, nobody was speaking for a long time. So I kept on asking what's the reason. Then I thought maybe when Vinodini madam was talking so much about cyber securities and everyone was scared to share or open their cameras and speak also. So that was maybe one of the reasons why nobody was speaking. Then finally, thanks to this research scholar, Dr. Adil, he has come up with very good points, and where he was talking about how can we have ethics in, first the awareness and the ethics, and that is not the responsibility of only the teachers or the institutions, but also the whole community, government, everybody has to come up into it to make make sure that the ethics are inculcated, and where schools do play an important role because habits are developed. As Dr. Noor was talking about habits, once habits develop, it's hard to change somebody's habits. So why not we can inculcate such habits in the school, right, using technology in between. Like we are now realizing that use of technology is damaging the physical health of the children. So in the classroom, can teacher have inculcate the habit of every 20 minutes or so the child can stop and being sedentary and have some movements, motions, exercises that can be done. So there are some good practices that can be inculcated and converted into the habits in the school. That's what we finally thought. I think Dr. Aidil can put more light on it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Research scholars, sir, sorry, I don't know your name. Please share your questions.
Okay, I think he's not able to hear you, Kamakshi. So let's go to, is anybody from room 5 wants to share what emerged for you from room 5? Would you like to share what emerged for you?
Yes, ma'am. I am Asif Wagif.
Yes, sir.
It was a good session, and we just talked about the basic things that are happening in schools in Kashmir nowadays. ICT is being implemented for the first time in the history of the school education in Kashmir. I found that ICT is being implemented on a large scale, especially after the COVID-19, and especially when government is implementing the recommendations of this new educational policy in Kashmir. I find it very challenging for teachers to adapt to this change, as Nur Lamin sir also said that we are at the inceptive stage. And my question is that what should be the approach of the teacher in this change, in this adaptability process, in normalizing this factor?
I'm going to answer.
Sir, can you answer it in few words?
Yes. Welcome, Mr. Wage, and it's a nice question to ask that because I'm from the same society from Kashmir. I know that I have some research conducted on that such school level basis also, and I find that I have already shared with you people that any national education policy, as well as after this pandemic COVID-19, now the people are aware about that how much important this source and this ICT implementation in schools mostly. I myself found that it is in infancy stage in schools as well, mostly in the public sector, that government has also taken some initiative, like they will put one trained teacher in the lab of computers. This is one of the protocol which I have to follow every school. But it's not possible still after the 12th class, we can say the lower classes, but on the 10+2 on 10th level, there are some government schemes which they are going to implement in the schools. But I myself found in so many corners of the society, it is not possibly working because we have some lack so far as training of teachers as well as an infrastructure level. So government is going to think about it, that how we take this thing to be implemented on the mass level to go into the lower educational level as well. But what we have to do, I have already mentioned this thing. आपके पास अगर हर किसी घर में आज मोबाइल फोन है, अगर आपके स्टूडेंट्स के पास मैक्सिमम आपके क्लासरूम में मोबाइल फोन्स मौजूद हैं, आपके पास एक सोर्स है, पर्सनल सोर्स है. मैं हमेशा इस बात को कहता रहा अपने रिसर्च के थ्रू भी कि व्हाई आर यू आर नॉट मेकिंग सम प्रोटोकॉल. देखिए, हम जिन यूनिवर्सिटीज में काम करते हैं वहां पर जो भी एक्सेस ऑफ वाईफाई होता है वो एक प्रोटोकॉल से बंधा होता है. हम खाली उन्हीं वेबसाइट्स पे जा सकते हैं जो हमें एजुकेशनली मदद करते हैं. जैसे कि अभी मैम ने कहा, आदिल साहब ने कहा कि ये सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, लेकिन लोअर लेवल पे जहां पर इसको एग्जीक्यूट करना है वहां पर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. देखिए, जहां तक हम कहते हैं कि आप खाली उन वेबसाइट्स को, उन चीजों को जाइए एक्सेस कीजिए, तो प्रोटोकॉल बनता है बनने का. इसी तरीके से अगर आप एक मोबाइल फोन का ही मैं लूंगा, क्योंकि ये वो गैजेट है जो कम से कम हमारे पास मैक्सिमम लोगों के पास आया हुआ है, तो आप इसको अलाउड क्यों नहीं करते स्कूल में, ताकि आप एक प्रोटोकॉल तरीके से इस चीज की अवेयरनेस प्रोवाइड करें लोगों को। देखिए, कम से कम अगर आपके स्कूल में एक टीचर है जो इस बेस पे या तो रिक्रूट हुआ है, या तो उसके पास नॉलेज है, या तो आप एक तरीका स्कूल में बना लीजिए कि कौन आईसीटी को अमंग द अदर टीचर्स जानता है, तो उसके कुछ सेशंस रखें और एक प्रोटोकॉल बेस्ड चीज जो है स्टूडेंट्स को अलो कीजिए। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर 10 स्टूडेंट्स में 2 ही के पास मोबाइल फोन है, एक ही के पास है, तो आप उनको प्रॉपर यूटिलाइज कीजिए, ताकि हम इसका
we have the sources, sir. Vocational teachers are just there, which have the computer know-how or ICT know-how. They are working there.
Yes. We have minimum. We have a one teacher like that in the school that who have some awareness about it. He will make some sessions about it to go to the classes, just to use the already gadgets present with the students. They can use it, and minimum. The ma'am is explaining very small things we have to just to operate the email, just to go for the WhatsApp, how to make an account. So, for example, अभी NCT and any policy ने जो न्यू पॉलिसी ऑफ एजुकेशन है NEP ने, उसने कहा कि अकाउंट होना चाहिए, बैंक जैसा अकाउंट है हमारे पास।
सर बहुत सही कह रहे हैं। तो व्हाट आई थिंक इज सेल्फ लर्निंग एंड self awareness as an educator is really important to use the technology. So over to you, Kamakshi.
Just take one question from Rashid sir, then we will close.
Yeah.
Nasir, you can unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. Sir, the 15th chapter of NEP 2020 begins with the line, "The aim of teacher education is vital in creating a pool of teachers who will shape the next generation." Sir, here my question is, sir, do you think the existing curriculum of our teacher education courses is outdated? Do we need any major reform in the curriculum of the teacher education courses? Thank you, sir.
I think sir is on mute.
Sir, you have to unmute.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Please go.
Thank you, Nasir. It's a very good question, because we know that basically when we put the responsibility on the shoulders of the school administration, school teaching lineup, so it's a requirement that teachers should have a knowledge about that. Then they are going to use and make awareness of the parents as well. We are not always accepting the thing is completely 100%, like positive 100%, negative 100%. We have some lacking, as I already mentioned, that we have I found in my society that basically the training structure, the training schools that are not much equipped to train the coming teachers in that way, they are going to take complete responsibility about it. But we are not going to lose our hope like that. NEP is just said that our forthcoming generation should become the completely techno-savvy. It is based on the requirement of the society. So today's teacher has to get knowledge about that. I find that these commissions and this revision of the education system is for that. They will make some changes for positivity for the teachers as well. They will make teachers possible. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बता दिया कि मैंने खुद भी देखा है, ग्राउंड लेवल पे मैं टच रहा हूँ कि हमारे पास कुछ स्कूल है जहां पर अनकवर्ड है, अभी कंप्यूटर सेट अनकवर्ड है, क्योंकि टीचर नहीं है उनको पढ़ाने के लिए। कुछ जगह पर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, तो इसको एक ही जगह पर नहीं देखना है खाली टीचर ट्रेनिंग, इसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी है, क्योंकि हमारे पास 3 चीजें हैं। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बैरियर है, स्कूल लेवल बैरियर है और टीचर लेवल बैरियर है। 3 बैरियर्स है। एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को भी देखना चाहिए कि इसका जो यूसेज है उसके लिए जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल कंडीशंस है, एलोकेशन है, टीचर्स की ट्रेनिंग है, उनका जो रिक्रूटमेंट है, वो सब कुछ देखना चाहिए एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लेवल पे। फिर स्कूल को भी देखना है कि स्कूल में इस चीज का कैसे एग्जीक्यूशन करना है ताकि बच्चों तक इसकी जो रीच है वो पहुंच जाए। फिर टीचर को अपनी लेवल पे जो उसके पास अगर कम बेशतर ट्रेनिंग है या नहीं है या एटीट्यूड है, ये सारी चीजों को बेहतर करके ही हम थोड़ा थोड़ा करके ही अपने आने वाली जनरेशन को इस चीज का जो है पॉइंट दे सकते हैं। हाँ, मास लेवल पे हमारे पास एक बहुत कमी है, टीचर्स को प्रॉपरली इस चीज में ट्रेनिंग मौजूद नहीं है। ये मैं एक्सेप्ट करता हूं, नहीं है, लेकिन होना चाहिए। सो वी हैव टू टेक केयर अबाउट इट, नॉट ओनली ऑन स्कूल लेवल बट ऑन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लेवल एज वेल।
Very much true, sir. Very much true. Thank you for throwing light on this. Thank you very much. Kamakshi, over to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Your questions, your learnings, our insights, and also our panelists. Special thanks to you, ma'am, Vinodini ma'am, and Noor sir. Yeah, thank you. Actually, I will share a Google form. I think hope you all join the WhatsApp share it for educators. So again, I'm sharing on chat. Please join the group, and I will share a feedback form. So you can whatever you get insights from the sessions, you can also share on the chat and also Google form. Yeah, thank you so much. Shall we close with 1 minute silence? Thank you. I shared WhatsApp link on chat. Please join the group and share your valuable feedback for us and also panelists. So thank you so much.
कामाक्षी, आप शेरिड प्लैनेट का इवेंट के बारे में शेयर करना चाहेंगी, जो भी दिल्ली से है वो जुड़ सकते हैं.
Actually, on 26th, we have a SharEd for Planet. So we are inviting Delhi people to go Sanjay One on the 26th. 26th Sunday. So I'm sharing link on that. Please register yourself. Those who are come from Delhi. So it's only for Delhi people. So they can go physical and meet activists and also go through the tree work. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Miss you.
Thanks a lot, everyone. And sir, a lot of insights related to the topic. Thanks a lot for that, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. And hopefully we will organize one more event regarding the same theme, particularly because every participant.
Afia, I must say one thing. This is very encouraging for the people like we. And I must say one thing, that carry on and keep it up with these programs and having a great panelists also. And
thank you.
Just
thank you.
for enlightening us as well. It's not only we are speakers here to make some enlightenment, it is enlightening for us, enlightenment for us as well. So nice of you, and thank you very much.
That's very true. In fact, as a participant here, I too got to know many things which I wasn't aware of.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Netra, are we allowed to leave?
Yes, ma'am.
I think we can stay for a 1 or 2 minute. Panelists, others can leave. Other participants are requested to leave.
Okay.
Afia, we need to stay. Ma'am Netra, we need to stay or?
Yes, just for a 5 minutes of talk, please stay with us.
Okay, ma'am.
Kamakshi, Afia, could we stop the YouTube live, please?
Yes, Kamakshi, stop.
Afia, I think you're the host.
Yeah,
You have to do it.
Afia, you are.
Okay.
Kamakshi, can you help others to leave the meeting?
Once again.
No, sir.
Syed,
You are a host now. Can you make me host so I can stop
Okay,
live?
okay. I just got.
Noor sir?
Yeah, you are the host now.
The setting has been changed. I think I'm not able to do it. Let's see if Afia can do. Afia, can you just help two people here to leave the meeting?
Noor sir?
Yes,
Yes.
sure.
Sir, आपको host rights मिल गए हैं. Can you make Kamakshi the host, please?
Just a minute. My setting is
हाँ.
not there.
Yeah, I could do it. I think I just did. No, not yet. Okay.